Hey, what's up guys? It's Patrick here bringing you guys the next episode of my Let's Play series, and today I'm still a little bit sick so I might sound stuffy, but we're doing one of the biggest upgrades to date on this account, and that's going to be my archers to level 6. So that'll max out my archers. It is going to be 7.5 million elixir, which is ridiculous, but we're only about 700,000 elixir away, and we can go ahead and upgrade those guys. Alright, so as far as my gold goes, I'm going to want to use that on getting my air defense to level 6, and after that I'm just going to save up some resources. Since the archers take like 14 days, we're going to have a long time to save up for the next upgrade. Probably going to do barbarians after that just because they're so cheap, or maybe I'll do giants if I save up as well. Alright, so looking at base number 1, you can see if you rewind a little bit, I actually changed my trophy count up. I moved my town hall in the center for about a day, and I won a couple defenses, and that put me at 1,550 trophies. And I've actually been finding some pretty good bases. Probably not as good before they changed the whole loot system, but I found some really good bases up here, and I'm thinking if it's consistent, it's only been a day, but if I keep finding these good bases, I'll probably stick to being around 1,500 to 1,700 trophies. So I'll let you know how that goes in the future, and we can keep track of that and make sure I keep finding good bases. Alright, so for this base right here, what I did in the beginning, obviously I wanted to take care of the king, but also I used my lightning spells on one of the air defense. I'm going to take care of the second air defense, and now that those two air defense are gone, I can go ahead and drop my two dragons, and seeing as the other two air defense are on the bottom left, my dragons should be able to take care of like 70% of the base before they get shot down. So they're going to go ahead and make their way through. Again, the real point of this raid isn't to get 3 stars, it's to get all of the resources. There's about 450,000 available, and as well as you can see that dark elixir storage, it had about 1,500 dark elixir in it. So let's go ahead and start dropping our goblins and see if we can steal a bunch of the resources. So I'm not going to drop all of the goblins at once. There is that wizard tower on the top left that I'm worried about. Also another wizard tower on the far left. I just don't want to get splashed down and have them all die at the same time. So I'm dropping about 10 at a time, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job. About 150,000 resources left. Looks like it's a pretty even mix from the storages and the gold mines. And I think as long as nothing goes terribly wrong, we should be able to steal most of the resources from this base. Alright, so looking at what's left, we've taken all of the elixir except for what's left in the town hall. There's a little bit left inside of the gold mines, and I guess that last gold storage right there, but seeing as I'm not going to be able to get 3 stars on this base, I can probably just surrender. I'd rather not have my archer queen lose all of her health, so let's go ahead and do that, and in the end we stole about 480,000 resources. Definitely an awesome raid. We also got 1,200 dark elixir, and let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So looking at this base, there's 450,000 resources available, and the way it's laid out is actually pretty effective against the giant healer strategy that I brought. The reason why it's effective is that there's so many intersections in the middle of the base. Say if my healer gets shot down, my giants are going to be absolutely massacred, as well as if any of my infantry get shot down, my giants aren't going to be quick enough to be able to take most of the stuff inside of the base. So I've got to be pretty much perfect, or else this one will probably go down in flames. So let's go ahead, take care of the air defense on the top. The reason I used my lightning spells on that air defense because it looked like it was the hardest one to get to. And then looking at the other two air defense, they should be pretty easy to get. I already dropped my archers and took care of this one on the bottom left. And then there's only one more on the bottom right, and I'm actually going to use my giants to take care of that one. So let's go ahead and drop the Barbarian King. I'm going to drop a few more archers. Those guys should be good enough to take care of him. And this one's a little bit tricky just because there's a cannon and an archer tower on the outside, and it's actually going to redirect my giants a little bit, and you'll see what I'm saying in just a second. My giants went for that archer tower, and when I went to drop my wall breaker, it actually didn't break in time, and half of the giants went to the cannon and the other half went to the inside of the base. So they sort of split up. My giants went down even further to that Tesla, and if this happens to you, you don't have to panic. Your giants can live for another maybe 20 to 30 seconds, but you just have to make sure your giants get back together at some point. So you can see the one on the tops near that wizard tower, they destroyed it, they brought back together, and at this point all 18 of my giants are back together and they're taking out care of the base. So it looks like we're doing pretty good. Most of the air defense has gone down. There's that wizard tower right there. I don't see any seeking air mines, so those shouldn't take care of my healer unless there's one sort of nearby. And at this point, I'm going to drop my clan castle troops, and those guys should be able to take care of some of the buildings, because at this point, we're only at 36%, and it's been over a minute and a half. So I'm really going to have to work on my infantry and hope that those guys take care of the rest of the base, because say if my wizards and my archer towers got shot down, they probably wouldn't be able to take care of the gold storages and elixir storages. All right, so I went ahead and fast forwarded. It took a long time for my troops to make their way around, but due to the fact that I had my king and my queen in my pocket, I dropped those guys, and with my Barbarian King's hero ability, we were able to steal all of the resources. So 460,000 resources stolen with the bonus, as well as 360 Dark Elixir. That actually gave me enough to do my upgrades, but I thought I would do one more raid and see if I can steal some more resources. So looking at this base, another 450,000 resource base. Pretty much every base is like 450,000 resources. But I did bring some balloons and minions. It's a lot easier down here than it is in the Champions League. And all I had to do was take care of that one air defense up top. And after that, there's only 2 air defense as well as 2 wizard towers. And the fact that there's so many balloons and minions, I should have enough troops to take care of it. And it looks like we should be able to blow by this base. So my troops are making their way inside. I brought a rage spell that actually helped out a little bit. There are the 2 wizard towers. Those are probably the only 2 things I need to be worried about because they can shoot down like 10 air troops at once. But it really helped that one of the wizard towers was under construction and it let me destroy this base fairly easily. So if you look at my count, I'm actually at over 7.7 million elixirs, so we're definitely going to have enough to do the Archer Tower, as well as we're over 2.2 million gold, so we'll have enough to do the air defense. So overall, a great raid, and that should do it and let us get our upgrades. All right, so wrapping it up, about 460,000 resources stolen. Let's go ahead and head back to base and do our upgrades, and that'll wrap it up for this episode. So we ended up with 1,565 trophies, which is pretty good for me. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, I want to stick at 1,500 to 1,700 trophies. Let's go ahead and do the Archer to level 6. Like I said, 14 days, so that's going to give us plenty of time to save up. And as far as our gold goes, we'll upgrade our air defense, which should take another 8 days. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want me to upgrade in the laboratory next, leave it in a comment below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and other than that, I will see you guys later. Peace out.